You're watching Monty TV. I'm Jackie Karsh, joined now by David Klein. He's the CEO and founder of CommonBond. Now, you're about to tell me how you're going to help so many students and graduates.
That's right. So CommonBond is a marketplace lending platform. We focus on student loans. We provide lower cost funding to those students and graduates of colleges and universities who had to pay their way with student loans to go to school, but now want to refinance out of those high cost loans into lower cost loans and save about $15,000 over the life of their loan.
How does that work? Because this is like a lifesaver for people.
Yeah, and some people usually ask, well, what's the catch? And there really isn't a catch. The way the student loan market works in the US is quite broken. The federal government represents over 90% of all student loans, and they charge one rate to everybody, regardless of past credit or future prospects. And so what we do is we take a look at an individual and we underwrite them. We take a look at past credit, we take a look at future prospects, and then we'll provide a rate that's much lower than what they'll get federal government or other private banks and save them a lot of money.
This has to be a very personal subject to a lot of people. How do you navigate through that? Because people can get emotional about the debt that they're in.
Yeah, so this whole experience is very personal for me. The reason the company exists is because when I went back to business school, I had to pay my way 100% with student loans. And I realized three things. One, rates were unnecessarily high, especially for creditworthy borrowers. Two, the process was pretty complex and the service was pretty poor. And so decided to do something about it. So I fully understand and can appreciate what a lot of people are going through when they need to get financing to pay for school or when they need to refinance their student debt to save money.
Who's a good candidate for this?
Good candidate for this is somebody who's had a history of paying their bills, somebody who went back to school or school in the first place just to further their career. They're gainfully employed, and they want to be able to save money on their student debt, so they decide to refinance out of their federal government loan or their private bank loan.
Let's talk about that complication, because for a lot of people, they don't even understand what paying back a loan is like until they actually have to do it. And even during that process, it's so incredibly complicated.
Yeah. When somebody is going to school, they should take a look at a couple things. One, how much money do they think they're going to make afterwards? And they can go to their admissions office or financial aid office and get data on that particular school in terms of how much folks tend to make on a monthly basis upon graduation. The second thing is, what's the cost of education and how much of that cost are they going to need to pay through student loans? Third is, what's the cost of those student loans and how much will it cost upon graduation on a monthly basis? And then finally, compare the monthly cost of the student loan to the monthly intake of income of what you expect to make upon graduation. You want to make sure that what you're making is much more than what you have to pay for student loans.